Ian's going to join us down inside the Royals dugout. There he is. Congratulations. I'm sure it's a big load off your shoulders to get that first one out of the way.
Yeah, the first one was a little, a little added pressure to it, but new team, defending champs, and this offseason signing here, and it was something a little added to it.
I think the fans appreciated your comments after the game last night. They were very honest. They were very human. I think, someone trying to be macho would say, it's my job. I'm here to win. It wasn't that big of a deal. But to hear you say what you said after the game, all the different components, defending champions, new team, new home, by the way, too. How's the move going?
New home, boxes everywhere. Kids thinking, where are we going next week in their suitcases? And no, it's been going good. We've been moving in slowly, and a lot of things added to it. So I was really happy to get it started that way, and not trying to add too much pressure. But the first outing of the season is always going to be the same way, where you're back on the field again, and it feels like you're re-debuting.
Hey, I don't want to make too much of this because you're a veteran pitcher. You've been around a long time. You know how to pitch. But it's a new league for you. You know who you are, but Salvador Perez knows the league. So how did you guys manage that in a non-spring training game for the first time?
Yeah, it's always a little different because, spring training, you're trying to work on things. You're trying to work on your fastball command, or you're trying to work on a breaking ball that day, or, your secondary stuff that you didn't work on last week. But yesterday was just trying to go with whatever was going well, and which I wanted to stay with my fastball. And there's some games where, breaking ball is better than the other breaking ball. And I think I'm maybe a little harder to work with because I adjust on the fly quite a bit, and that's why I like sitting next to the catcher, making sure he's on the same page and what we're going to do the next time around. We go in through the lineup, the third time around through the lineup, and you're constantly making adjustments. So I want to make sure we're both talking at the same page.
Ian, can you share with our fans about spring training and going out and getting your work in, and sometimes you don't really care too much about the results, and then you come out yesterday, and I was totally blown away by the stuff that I saw, and really when that bell rings, and having played before, I faced guys in spring and I could hit them, but when the bell rung, I couldn't hit them a lick. So I mean, how's that mindset go for you?
Yeah, sometimes you face a guy in spring training, especially as a hitter, and you do well against them, and you don't really want to do what you do during the season, and it ends up getting some hits, and you don't want them to get confident, getting comfortable hitting off you. So, but yeah, as soon as the game really starts, you notice hitters start to be different than spring training. Pitchers are different. There's some guys that are dominant, like Kershaw. He's always going to be good in spring, and he's good in the season. Like guys like myself, I was talking to CY today about it, spring training, and then it was nice to get out there in a real game setting. You have your adrenaline flowing. You want to do well in spring training, just more of, you want to build your pitch count. We're all competitive. We want to do well, but sometimes it's just not there yet. It takes a little longer, and then by the time you get hopefully by the time you pitch in your first real season start, it's all there. And with adrenaline, that adds up. Everything starts clicking a little bit better. You're not waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning during spring training like you are and throwing a 1 o'clock game. It's a lot different, and it's all about getting your work in spring training. And results aren't. I've been blessed to have that set in rotation where I can just go out there and do that. I remember the days where I had to compete and I had to do well in order to make the rotation. So I take full advantage of those opportunities where I can just work on my things during spring training, and then when you go out here, when this time was time to pitch, you're ready to go.
Sure looks sharp. Hey, you grew up in Huntington Beach, California. What was it like in your youth? Were you a pitcher, position player? How much baseball did you play when you were young?
I played a lot. I watched you when you played for the Angels. Watched a lot of Angel games, Dodger games. I played pretty much every position, but I kind of got moved to the outfield. I liked right field a lot because I got to throw a lot of guys out. But then I quickly realized that I'm a much better pitcher than I was a hitter. And just going there. I went to La Quinta High School and just transferred there as a kid. And I really liked my high school coach, so I wanted to stay there. And it was kind of athletic, but not too athletic.
You mentioned Chris Young, and we saw you and CY chatting about an inning ago. We thought you were talking that Chris was preparing you for this interview with HUD.
No, we were talking about random things about pitching. Really, CY's a really intelligent guy. Just we both four-seam guys, so I kept going to him before the game because I haven't faced these guys too much. But you watch so much video, but there's plenty of guys that are different than you, and I feel like CY's got a good fastball, good four-seam fastball, and I think pretty similar, even though he's a foot taller than I am.
I was thinking it's been kind of a reunion in this series with you and Dave Island is here, Chin-Ming Wong is here, and I remember when didn't seem that long ago, but it was that Phil Hughes, who's pitching for the Twins, that the Yankees were talking about waiting for Ian Kennedy and Phil Hughes.
Yeah, I saw Phil the first day. It's been a while since I've seen him. We didn't play Twins when I was in the National League very much, so and he's been with the Yankees before that, so it was nice to catch up with him, and Jobber Chamberlain's going to be in our division too, so it'll be nice to catch up some of the guys that you come up with. And as you play longer, hopefully those guys are still around. We had a lot of good young pitchers in that organization, and Mark Melanson was another one that we both got drafted with, and David Robertson too.
Some good arms.
Yeah.
Two successful major league starters and two outstanding relievers in Melanson and Robertson. Go ahead, HUD.
Yeah, there's a lot said about the team chemistry in that clubhouse that you're in now. Have you noticed a big difference? The joy, the happiness, the love of the game these guys have, and is that contagious?
Oh yeah, it's awesome to watch. I saw it in spring training, but then when season comes around, you start to get to know guys a little bit better. How good they are, how talented they are, but how good of guys they are too.
Ian, you're a lot of fun to talk to. We appreciate your time in both spring training and this afternoon. Great job. We'll see you in Houston.
Yeah, thanks guys.